siege. Looks like that they are just going to go for more of a front line, so the Ornn going to come out as secondary engage tool or primary, depending on which one you want to leverage in these fights. But Rogue definitely have solid team fighting with the double
side of the map. That would be his usual path. Currently at the Krugs, Marcoon doing the same, but on the opposite side of the map. Obviously, red into Krugs, and then we'll go across towards his Razorbeaks. Neither of the junglers spotted out on any early vision that was put down, as Finn feels the wrong side of Adam's blade as he slices in, dices forward. Finn in the area. You can see Sheo starting up these grubs. Going to be exchanged by Marcoon and Zoelise for E-Dragon on the bottom side. Sheo going towards the Giants belt early means he's likely going Warmogs. Often we see Warmogs on supports these days as well, but I'd really like it here if Labrov went for Locket of the Iron Solari instead, mostly because of the Requiem, right? If Marcoon is starting off fights with that ultimate, Warmogs can do a little work if you stay out of combat for 5 seconds, but if you have the Locket, you can negate a lot of that early damage before Rogue can actually find the follow-up engage.
Sure, potentially. We'll have to wait and see what direction they go. Sheo now level 6. Finn should be aware that he's hovering around this side of the map. Here we go.
Call of the Forge God. Stunned with the Glacial Prison. Sheo tanking the tower. Ruthless Predator in by Adams. Sheo still tanking. Finn flashes away. Sheo has about 250 HP and Larsson's on his way to try and stop him. Requiem coming down as well as Finn is able to survive in the end.
So moving towards this bot crab.
It's a fight for the crab. Zenith played in. Labrov's going to jump away. Aftershock procced. Sheo, he glides in, hits the Glacial Prism into the seismic, toss back. Marcoon is down. BDS find him.
This composition, you know, obviously Rogue does have a bit of, they get called boring. You know, they're not super proactive in the early game. They're not a team that tries to force a lot of plays, but with a composition like this, it seems like they're trying to play into that style, right? Deliberately trying to scale up, willing to concede some early deficits, and with a composition like this, you do always have that scaling element. BDS going to be the ones to start this one off. Labrov going to deny.
Oh, flash, solar flare. Shield of Daybreak coming out as well. The Blast Cone will get them across the wall. TP coming in as well, but Larsson wants to join the fight. Zoelise, the first of all. Labrov walks away wounded, but is able to survive. Adam still trading in the top lane. The Requiem, though, a prayer sent to the heavens. It gets cancelled with the Weaver's Wall. Marcoon just not safe as he went for that solitary prayer. Unanswered. And now Rogue are trying to fight 4v3, Ice dashing in.
Wait, Ice in a very awkward spot here, or is he?
Seismic shove, hits onto Larsson, still has the flash. BDS falling lower, the Drake down to 1,000, and it's an early tankier, at least in respect to trading with Adam, because he can just back away and heal up. It's unlikely that the Renekton has enough burst damage to get through Finn in one fell swoop. Sheo, perhaps the Rift Herald was the eye was slightly wider on a previous patch or something as he dashes back and dashes forth to get it.
But this game is a great example of why BDS are so consistent during the regular season. Mainly because but often this style is enough. And again, this bit they've tried to showcase a lot more variability in the different styles of approach that they have in the game. And I think that they've been doing a great job of expanding their repertoire.
Stopping the Requiem coming out. Adam on his Renekton with a 1.5k gold lead, 1,000 lead. Flare in a little bit early there. We'll get.
They're trying to keep him in lane.
Adam. I mean, they're definitely going to keep him in lane. The question is, can you survive with Labrov coming in as well? If you go for this dive now, Rogue call it off. Magnet Storm forward, Nucleus with a seismic shove, and Rogue were in so many different minds about what they wanted to do. The Requiem comes out. Adam won't fall to it. True shot barrage, Adam. Oh, just clipped his heels, but didn't quite hit him.
Wants to use the tempo advantage, knowing that Rogue haven't even had an opportunity to base. Only Comp is left to try and stop him, and he can't handle the Croc. He is able to bully him away, but the damage is done on this tower. He's the opportunity that Labrov sought to then find the engage.
And going in, Zenith Blade Solar Flare connects. Adam stunned up with a Shield of Daybreak, but he slices away. Call of the Forge God from behind him. Finn takes the shutdown. The Conductor is here to play. Finn now has to get away from Sheo and Ice, who does have the Lightning Crash. Tries to dash away, but can't attack anyone because he's underneath the tower right now. Turns his attention. The Elden Ring, I found a lot of fights that I don't have a chance in, I'm going to be honest.
Comp uses the E.
Tries to dash away. Labrov overextending a little bit, has to flash from the Solar Flare. Requiem coming down as well, the True Shot Barrage has hit, and Finn takes the kill again. Sheo flashing away. The Warmog's armor already upgraded by Finn on himself. If he gets to 14, he'll have another one of those to dish out. Marcoon still only sitting at 1.5 items, but he can get to 2.
Now they can start sieging onto this tower. Oh, knockback. Good buffer, though, from Larssen.
LEC going in onto Sheo, but he's so tanky. The tower's still standing for now. Sheo down to about half HP. Adam looking for the flank. Lebrov trying to get the engagement prism going wide. Marcoon has no mana here, though. Even though he's able to dodge away from the seismic shot, he's going to have to retreat to the safety of the fountain as LEC goes in. The Baron down to 8,000. Larssen and Comp trying to step in. The flank position from Lebrov, not enough yet, but he does have that Magnet Storm. Call of the Forge God going out. Finn looking for the lock-up. True Shot Barrage as well, with the Baron already secured by BDS. The Magnet Storm on the back line as well as Sheo dashes in, and Lightning crashes down. BDS have already found 2, make it 3 in the fight. The Requiem does nothing, as BDS still have all 5 members alive. LEC flashing in with a shield of Daybreak, and Comp will find 1, but can he escape the clutches of Adam? He can't. Ice on a rampage. LEC caught unawares by Ice, who got an unofficial quadra in the fight, and BDS with the Baron will open up the base.
It's a clean ace, and it's a clean game from BDS. Outside of that single blunder in the mid lane, it's been nothing but domination as BDS look to secure a spot in playoffs.
Unlikely to end the game here. Inhibitor Tower and Inhib, I think, will be their goals. I don't know if Adam will stay around with the respawns coming out. It would be greedy to do so. Onto him as Sheo steps forward, forcing LEC away. Solar Flare, a possibility here. Wave in mid lane, still a bit of a problem. There's the Solar Flare. Call of the Forge God coming out as well as they try and lock down Nuke. The Seraphs, the Locket, the shielding's enough. And Nuke will not fall. The Requiem comes down. Nuke might die to Malignance Leandries. In the end, he does. A 4-for-2 exchange in favor of BDS. Only Larssen remains to stop and see his base fall in tatters. He picks up a GA, but I'm not sure there's any angel that can guard you from this. BDS looking to lock their spot in playoffs, and Rogue still looking for their 2nd win of summer. He'll survive for a while on the fountain, but in the end, it won't amount to much. BDS are going to playoffs. Irrelevant instead in the top lane. Irrelevant also a player having a very quiet split. I think in winter and spring, Irrelevant was like the glue that held this team together. He was old reliable. You always knew he was going to have a good performance over a weekend. This split.
Can you get out in time, Irrelevant? No, you cannot. Here comes the dive.
Can he survive? Trimby tanks it, hooks him in. The answer's nowhere.
The presence has definitely been felt in so many of their games. In losing situations, they've been able to find great plays. Small advantage gain on the top lane. Even though Niski has been losing out in the trades in mid, he's still doing very well in terms of farm. The only goal differences really exist. Oh, hang on.
Of course, I think he smited the wrong grub there, meaning that Isma was able to come in and smite one for himself. Trimby's on his way up here, as is Flackhead. Survivor, the first one to be caught out as Luan looks for the engage. Trimby going in towards the top side as well. Irrelevant's almost got the Mega Gnar built up. Isma only level 4, dashing away, but now SK begin to collapse. The hook goes in, and the Gnar comes down, and Jankos falls alongside it. Isma just trying to get another one of these grubs. We'll get one towards the back of it. Survivor forced away. Rahel joins the fray, and Flackhead will fall. It's disaster.
Often prioritize controlling the grubs, and it wouldn't surprise me if Heretics cross map. And Niski is around.
And you actually saw Isma walked away from the grubs and left them for Irrelevant as Luan dashes in and Jankos falls first. Answered with a kill onto Niski. Lightning crash, flash forward, Glacial Prism hits, and Trimby goes down as well. SK find 2.
A 1-for-2 in favor of SK as they kill both Jankos and Trimby, but they get the dragon, and they can start stacking. They should be able to secure this.
Irrelevant doesn't have any Mega Gnar bar either. Isma looking for the smite bite. It's secured by Flackhead. The engage going down as Rahel's locked up with the depth charge, and this might be a great fight for Heretics. But Niski finds them all. He slides in, he pulls a faker, and SK find 5. Niski, the Leandries tick will be...
Dives into the back line. Oh, we don't have time. Irrelevant getting collapsed on.
In SK's favor.
Dragon spawning in about 30 seconds. Isma, does he have an angle here?
I think he does. I think they might have an angle, Betty.
Someone's been doing their mathematics, and that looked like an easy 90 degrees to me. Fnatic last week. But SK, a single change into the bot lane, and look at them. An incredible change, and I think the crucial thing he did.
It was very rude of him. But now, SK are pulling Heretics towards a fight as they've started up the Dragon, the Baron, in fact. Irrelevant has TP, no Mega Gnar built up on him. There's the teleport in, Magnet Storm going onto the backline, and again, Spyro goes down. Jankos second to follow, all out from Wonder, but immediately has to dash away from Rahel, who is not giving up the chase quite yet. Requiem comes down, doesn't find anyone. Isma does fall in the end to Flakked, but Flakked the last man standing, as SK have lost their jungler, but not much else.
A nice play there from Flakked. By getting the kill onto the jungler, you'd think that maybe SK can't do the Baron, but they said, no, we don't need him. We'll be able to secure this. Great team play from SK overall. The fight gets divided onto two fronts, and they're able to navigate it beautifully. Spyro makes an ambitious play to start off the fight. He dives in, and he fully commits to at least get a kill back, but it's just been fights going in favor of SK pretty much since the start of this game.
Yeah, and a 9,000 gold lead for them now as well. They have the Baron for the next 2 minutes. They'll get their third dragon of the game. Niski only just short of putting a hat on his head with the Rabadon's death cap. 3 items for Rahel as well with the Immortal Shield Bow complete. Flakked he's almost there. You know, he's got the Ginsus and the static, but Spyro only has an item and a half. Jankos still short of his second. In terms of damage, SK far the better of the two teams. Glacial Prison hitting in. Ultra Shock Laser coming down, and
A minute and a half left on the Baron means that they should be able to, at the very least, get one of these towers. I imagine they'll be able to get 2. The wave clear from Team Heretics really isn't here right now. Look, they're standing in front of the tower to make sure that they don't have access to the wave, and SK just making their way into the base.
Flakked trying to get anything he can in a side lane, looking for one of those objective bounties, can't secure it. Trimby dredge lines away. Ultra Shock Laser tags the back of him. Inhibitor in the mid lane will go down, and often when you have double AD carries, you think about the range that you have as a team, but against an Azir, it's just not that powerful. Azir's soldiers can just harass you, as you see Jankos trying to step forward to take away the cannon. Can't get there yet. Hook lands, but only onto Isma. Trimby looking for a little bit more. Aftershock now burnt on him. The engage from Luon as Trimby's locked up. They dive in. Is it enough? I'm not sure it is. SK basically still full HP. The Requiem comes down as one will fall. Will it be more? It's 2. SK lose 2 in the fight, but they take down 4. Isma has Warmog, so does Luon, and Niski still has a very healthy HP bar.
The damage has been done. 25 minutes in, they're looking to end this game. Absolute domination from SK as they look to lock a spot in playoffs.
A promising early start for Heretics, but it all went pear-shaped. SK have been the dark horse so far of summer and continue to be so. They will lock their spot in playoffs alongside Fnatic and BDS.
I mean, 2 convincing.
Probably good in other lanes too. But one of the Ezreals on this team we have seen be very good on a champion that is very skill intensive, and VTO is of course a very skilled player.
Also, just the last time I saw Vitality pick an Ezreal mid, it didn't win out incredibly hard. You can see where you're not really pushing in top lane too hard, but it looks like they may try and set up a dive. This video,
VTO's losing the all in. Press the attack already procced. Jackie's taking his time. W video! Woo!
Same videos, laning phase is worse.
Yes, laning phase, just like overall. Yeah, well, in the 1v1, Ezreal versus Kaisa, he wins out, and as predicted, Rob, they need to make a decisive call here, and the decisive call is Juhan will give his life in the exchange. It goes in for a bit of damage. Flick back is there into the rock field. Who are they going to give the kill to? Looks like donation to Karzi, perhaps, is the name of the game, although undecided as of this moment. Lince is going to grab that one. Vitality, 3, Rob. This Photon living really his best life. 0 kill pressure. The Antonio annoying. Q harass, of course. Always going to be frustrating to deal with, but taking poke damage before the tower dive kicks off is not what you want. Juhan on the way up, but there's really nowhere for Antonio to go. Gold card there. Lince is already tagging. Flash forward. It's over. The kill. It's done. Photon, though, likely to go down in the follow-up. Locked up by the permafrost. And Juhan will at least get a kill back, but that's a lot of CS just getting deleted under the tower.
The Linces and Photon might have been able to play that out, but the extra terror shot onto Linces and Photon just put them too low, so not able to try and play that one, and no cooldowns really on Linces to follow up either. But so nice by Juhan to get one back, but it's a disaster for the Antonio on the top side. You can already see an 800 gold lead for that Twisted Fate.
See, Hylissang going up though, looking for the follow-up, bit of CC, but perhaps overstaying. Ignite ticking down, but Thick Skin healing him up so much. The second proc on the Zenith Blade going forward. The Eclipse there too. Hylissang in trouble. Flash forward. The Q. Ignar getting that one. Karzi still a ton.
Picks off this next minion, and then see if he can get Linces to come up here, or maybe even play for the early Rift Herald.
This from Photon. And meanwhile, Hylissang still just catching the wave while Karzi's in the mid lane, picking up some souls. So overall, GX not too bad, punishing the general lack of wave clear that could maybe make the dive happen. But Karzi quick with the root. Instantly they go in on Photon. Zenith Blade follow. Oh man, it's so simple. You point, you click. The enemy team just dies.
They've been doing a fantastic job. And now they get to move in towards this bottom side as well. They actually might be able to cut off. The difficulty of operating in this composition means you need to be further ahead. Karzi's going further behind here.
Karzi. Root now coming through for Hylissang, but he's not going to be able to save Karzi because Ignar's already on the chase. Locked down, Karzi nowhere to go. Patrick grabbing the kill.
Still on bottom side, almost has that teleport available, but it's 5 members of GX and they'll happily trade bot terror for top right now, or even just damage on bot terror. I don't even think Hilly can take it.
Yeah, again, Tom Kench. It doesn't say this in his champion description, but if you image, he's still standing. Hylissang might feel like he's in a similar state. They are going to try to dive the Tom Kench instead of just focusing down the tower. Do they have the damage to finish off Hylissang? Ignar still tanking beautifully. Senate ultimate across the top. They can't quite finish the job. The arrow will do it. Empowered there from Patrick. Blight stacks enough. Hylissang will go down, as does the Antonio in the meantime, but tower going to fall here.
Nicely done by Vitality in the bottom side, though. That was a difficult dive to try and handle, and they did incredibly well just playing at the edge of turret range. And now you get trade from towers, but in the grand scheme of things, you're still getting enough
power to Kathy and Rain, Kaisa Q. Vitality Wu just burned down the Drake, tie things up 1-1, but Juhan
push their advantage and really push Vitality out of this game.
Hylissang. Bit of extra CC for the permafrost follow up on the solar flare. Good ulti coming from Patrick. Immediate flashes out from the side of Vitality, but already one member is dead. Do they want to keep the play?
It's happening to try and back that one out, so Flash is invested by Vitality to make sure they can push them back, but they will get the Rift Herald. And as a composition, Dragon in a minute's time. Giant X in decent position now, pushing in. Vitality commit to that, but oh, he's going to get caught here.
Here we go, getting caught on the side lane. The flash over the wall. Hylissang, the slow's already there. The Abyssal Dive sure to fall. They don't even need it. Flick back and a shutdown. Tools burned before the fight starts. GX make it that much easier on themselves. The Antonio about to walk into vision. Hylissang caught out for a brief moment. Photon off to the side. Linsis in the back line. The Antonio, when does he want to pull the trigger? Taking their time now. Hylissang going to drop. GX patient. The Antonio still just waiting in the dark as they're going to set their sights on the Drake.
A great learning from that last fight. They were like, hang on, we kind of blew everything too early and then had nothing for when Vitality wanted to re-engage. Instead, we'll find the pick with Patrick's ultimate and then just hold the Antonio as this pressure point to deny Vitality the re-engage. And Giant X find the pick, they find what they want off the Dragon. Really well played.
Definitely. Second items, though, now starting to come through from Vitality. Maybe they'll be able to leverage those to find more picks, to find more angles. Interesting to see the hourglass languages. Vitality. Oh, getting caught. Linsis picked off here as Jackie's goes in. Not today. So GX are starting to say, Knockup now going in on the Karzi. Fight just continues. Karzi's got really nowhere left to go. VTO finally coming on the way in, but Karzi locked up. The cleanse now coming out. The Antonio flashing forward, looking to lay the smack down. And down goes Karzi. VTO waiting in the darkness, continuing to throw out abilities, but isn't really going to do much here. The good news for Vitality, though, on the side lane, Photon already looking to knock down that tier 2, and Ignar's just getting chunked out. This Ezreal really hurts. Oh, VTO's clean with it. The Baron still being attempted. AK getting lower. VTO, there's just no way he can get in here. 5K getting lower.
Does he kill Juhan?
Ulti across the top. Nice sidestep. Just a bit of a leash in the end, though. GX getting the Baron. The TP coming up, though. They want to keep the fight going. Senna just to make sure the backs are canceled. Photon walking in, wants to land the gold card. He's going to hit Juhan. Flash over the wall. Immediate ulti coming in from the bars to try and disengage. VTO, is he going to go over? Now confident.
Here, Vitality getting these waves pushed out. Might catch Jackie's as well as see Linsis.
Jackie's, we've been here before. Can he W and ult to safety? W onto Linsis, maybe not the ideal target. Flick back is there. Ezreal ult to follow, and that's a shutdown.
Right, see if they can answer for the tier 2 that's been taken mid by Vitality.
This is not a good Baron.
No.
They've lost money since they forcing the ulti out from the Antonio. Really just stopped that from doing much other than grabbing this single tier 2 on the top side. They're mid the brink. Now an attempt to find a pick of their own on the side of GX. They look at Linsis' flash. Decent amount of damage. Karzi now in trouble. Hylissang doesn't even have time to push the button, flashing away from the solar flare. There's nothing really on the map for GX to take, but content with the pick for now.
Hoping to just get this mid lane tower, but no real neutral objectives is going to hurt them a little bit as Juhan starts to come in. TP coming through, though. He was spotted because he walked just out of the bush there.
Juhan walking up to BTO. Yeah, as you highlighted. In tier 1, perfect vision for now. courtesy of Photon's ultimate. Photon will now rejoin the fight, has the TP as well. Nice pick onto Jackie's, but the disruption now coming in from Juhan. Immediately ulti coming in from Jackie as well. The Antonio coming over the wall. VTO now going to be in trouble, but he's still standing. The Ezreal still up, still alive. Hylissang getting chunked out. 5 members still up on the side of GX, though. Vitality's just the objective here. Vitality's setting up a trap. Going to catch out a single member of GX, but it's difficult to do. Again, on the initial reset, they get.
Just going to try and take the top route. See if they can find people. Ooh, Juhan misses though.
Fishing, slow still there. 1, 2, 3, not quite able to get 4. Nice knockback coming in from Linsis. Hylissang Abyssal dive back to his team just to make sure he has the Devour ready if he needs to. Healing coming in from Carzzy is solid, but Juhan, as you mentioned, is just going to start healing up. That's the Warmogs. The Antonio now going into the VTO, and he's been isolated. He's been caught out. There's nowhere left for him to go. Jackie's just descends. Killer Instinct pairing up with the Antonio. And now Vitality are in trouble. Photon's pushing in the top lane. GX clearly want to start the objective. Nice flash from Hilly. Takes him out. Photon going to grab everything that he can. Linsis, can he make the hero play? GX ready just to flip this.
Photon has no destiny though. Jackie's going to reset to try and match that top push. Giant X, we want to go for the play, but it's still going to be a 50-50. Linsis can get into the pit.
Juhan versus Linsis. The Antonio going over the wall to try to dissuade, but he doesn't really have that much CC. Looks like Linsis going to use the wall to try to make it over. 2.8k, gets into the pit, but no! Juhan steady on the trigger, takes down the big purple worm, but in the meantime, Carzzy already trying to take down the objective. Abyssal dive out. Hylissang on the retreat, but Carzzy and Photon teaming up together. Already got 1 tower. The Antonio ready to punish. Ulti not too far away.
Ignar's in behind though.
Void Seeker didn't quite connect. Ignar, Shield of Daybreak, ready to follow up. Carzzy trying to sidestep as best he can, but he knows he's a dead man walking. Photon just going to sprint out of there. TP in, though they might still want the fight. Gold card ready to go. Locking up the Antonio. VTO, can he turn this one back? Good damage onto the Antonio. Should be able to take the Malphite down before his ulti comes back up, but it's finally there. Sidestep, ooh, doesn't backstep back into the Ezreal ultimate. Recalls coming out. GX don't want to get over aggressive here.
The Antonio can TP to the wave. He's going to the ward. He's coming in with the ult.
Photon, flash up. Is he going to be forced to flash away? Ulting on Ezreal. He buffers, but it doesn't matter. VTO caught out Patrick with the arrow. Jackie's with the ulti. Down goes the Ezreal.
Vitality looked like they had life in them, but bit by bit, Giant X were getting tankier. The objectives became more difficult to hold on to, and now Giant X, with the Baron buff, are entering the base of Vitality.
That first Baron power play was nothing, but this one looking a whole hell of a lot better. 30 seconds on VTO. Bot lane respawning now. You're gonna grab at least 1 inhibitor, likely 2. Giant X and Niski, because again, mid laners getting caught out has been the entire game thus far. It's a good bit of poke coming through. Juhan again, not tanky enough though. Forced to flash Arctic Assault out. The Antonio ready to respond. Jackie's continuing to poke here. The plasma stack's really starting to hurt. Death cap completed. Now Antonio going in, and again, Patrick now godlike. This is the power of their composition. Jackie's can just immediately follow. VTO starting to poke, but he's starting when his base might already be finished. The Antonio backing away, taking his sweet time, waiting for that Kana Grookern to come back up, and GX just keeping the pressure going. 1 more plasma proc, and Hylissang is probably a dead man. Jackie's weaving in and out, not letting that gold card get close enough. TP in from the base, but I think this is just gonna be it. Patrick walks up, kills Photon. 1 more wave should do it. Vitality, 1 last desperate hold. Linsis is going over, trying to lock up Patrick. Can't even get the flick back. Oh, the ulti, not quite perfectly timed. Linsis escaping, but Patrick still remains untouched. Jackie's untouched. GX looking to pick up their 2nd win here in Summers as Jackie's once again taken over alongside Patrick. 9-0-7, a beautiful game from the 80 carries on GX.
From something like the Gnar. And yeah, so yeah, at least Carmine Corp, way more standard than we're all good with. But I'm curious to see how G2 are going to work on this game in check, but G2 might actually catch out on this top side.
Topside play, Yike and Broken Blade forced to be reckoned with. Again, the CC that's going to come through here is so tough to deal with. The immediate follow. First Blade now coming through as well. A 2nd stun could follow. Kana getting locked up. 4 stacks, Permafrost. Broken Blade getting lower and lower. Kana just wants to finish it. Hop forward, gets him with the crunch. Should just be dead here to Yike. Double kill for G2 on the top side.
Kana not to invest his own flash, knew he was dead to Riley's.
Yeah, gonna make it that much easier to survive in future plays. The Target's getting lower. Ignite ticking, flash forward. The Buckler gonna finish the job. He's opted into some AP. Will be the really only source of magic damage outside of some Leona procs here and there, outside of some hyper procs from the Gnar, right? You're very, very reliant on physical damage.
But you're the Elden Ring specialist. How do 3 swords do into Ashes in that game? I don't really.
Look,
I don't know the current.
Well, so Yike gonna be forced to check that one. Ooh, I think the auto attack didn't quite give him away. Mickey getting started. Halo Blades there. Targamas might just have to flash out. He's got nothing left. Again, the lockup is good, but they can't get in range of Yike to deal any damage. The power of level 6 coming in for Zinzao, but the timing is good. Mickey forced to flash away. Solid start for KC. They don't have any more gas in the tank. Wind becomes lightning. How they contest any of these fights or any of these objectives. They can cross-map a bit, but not a lot of other options. Upset gonna try to E out the flash as well. Knock up there too. We might just be taken down. Ulti in. One more auto. Hansama finishes. Targamas forced to flash out. And the re-dive. Look, like, Kana doesn't have any items. Meganar bases are good, but have to be really clean on the dive if you want to make it happen. And right now you can see the Broken Blade does not care. Whenever his passive is up, he just walks in, does a ton of work. The flash! He does
spawn as well. So Yike's able to get the point grubs. They get the outplay on the top side. And G2 are commanding this early game against Karmine Corp.
I mean, look, at this point, it's just like the Sejuani, whenever she has passive, just walks in. There's just nothing that can be done, and you have to feel for Kana.
The upside for KC.
The plates have already been taken too. KC hoping that they can maybe find a play here.
6 grubs.
Spending a lot of time running to this lane to get nothing. Ezreal coming across the top. TP going in now as well. Broken Blade on the way. Flash out. Ulti going in, Broken Blade under the tower, taking a bit more damage than he would like. Solar Flare to follow. Kana trying to do a bit more work, but all of G2 there.
KC are worried about both the Dragon and the turret being taken on the bottom side.
They hound this tower. They've already grabbed 1. They're going to grab 2 now. KC immediately retreat. There is no cross-map play available. G2 really just... Ups.
No, okay. Nice try. I respect
the attempt. Oh man, it feels bad too, because after you miss the steal, you're like, I really wish I had this to clear mid. The Herald, you can hear it here in Berlin. Woo! And that's about it. Push in. 1 more charge. Yike here too. Poppy hammer to knock back somebody, or just to stop them from stepping up. Remember, if you let the hit go onto cooldown, it's only 15 seconds until it's back up. Inhibitor dead. G2 just continue.
Yeah, it's basically completed items for cheap across the board, like Horizon Focus only being 2,700 plus.
Hansama ulting in, Broken Blade ready to come over the wall. Targamas waiting for him to fall before they throw out the ultimate and trying to pick up the follow-up kill as well. Closer, flash, wallbang coming in from Mickey, disengaged from the ulti. Not quite enough, the ignite. Burning down that particular tree, but KC now see an opportunity to step up. Upset Eing in. Push back there from Yike. Flatty running. Mickey charging forward. Flash out from the W.
Again, like coming back to their items, it's like, hey, if we get the early Horizon Focus, it's only 2,700.
Back to 2%, 3% buffs and nerfs. Trying to keep everybody happy. An impossible task. Targamas not going to be pleased about that one, but we really just didn't have a choice.
Impossible task to get out.
Yeah.
The bot side base, so I think they might need to back it out up to deal with that. But again, 6 void grubs, melts turrets, and that wave is still healthy. Is the 1v1 with the support?
Mickey should just be dead here. Halo Blades! That is a very squishy.
There's always that one moment where you're like, does he take it?
No, I'm
Does he just go?
traumatized by, I have flashed too many AD Kaisa Ws because I forget to check sometimes. Yike stepping up, closer. Desperately trying to retreat now as the ulti from Sejuani goes in. Yike getting a little bit lower. Good follow-up damage coming in from Upset. Upset off to the side. Trying to get some work done, but another inhibitor will fall. Gold that the extra supers might have given up to KC.
Cannot let this go across, so Mickey gonna wrap around, will be spotted on the ward. Targamas just missing out on the Zenith Blade there.
Mickey's still playing Bouncer. Baron already gone. Future me can deal with that. Current me, more Aphelios. All I could ever want.
The procrastinator's advice.
Yeah. That's future me's problem. Future audience's problem for now. A little Ezreal versus Kaisa, which is pretty spicy, to be fair, despite increased game length overall on G2. Here we go. Will Mickey finally complete the channel? He does, knocking back the Maokai. Broken Blade starting the fight, but there's no instant follow-up onto Vladdy or Upset. They might not need it, however, as Targamas is already getting taken down. Yike instantly to the backline. Hansama there as well. Poser looking to parlay the lockup of the 80 carries. Just don't have enough damage. Mountain Soul making even the squishier members too damn tanky. G2 was all but over, and now it certainly is over. Might play for some kills. Might play for a bit of fun here. For the Nexus in their sights, they will just close it out. Move up to 4-2. Caps going for a scoop back.
The Horizon Focus!
Only find 1 and will stay standing. He takes down the Nexus.
His top lane, but That's kind of cool. Oscar in and bringing out a little bit of the spice.
An Oscar player who's been doing super well thus far this season. And when you look at kind of the early pathing as we get closer into this game.
Because now, since ours should be a bit faster, I guess that we got maybe base faster off, but...
Jun. Knockup is there. Hunt it back into the wall. Decent damage coming in from Supa. No, only level 3, but so much damage on the Ouster might make things a little bit easier. Razork on the way down. First blood coming through from Fnatic. Second kill likely to fall. No, we're going to try to make it out of this one. 1 for 1, 2 for 1 now in favor of Fnatic.
Nicely done.
Well, Grubs have been started. Jun clearing vision. Razork here as well. For now, LEC should be able to grab at least one, but MDK committing a lot of resources. You guys got 6 Grubs really fast in the previous game. Is it finally time? Do people care about Grubs? I know there was a brief period of time where they're considered completely troll. Was it just all it needed was for them to knock it down to 4 for it to feel worthwhile?
I think Grubs are pretty strong right now. Like you could see in our game, we did the Grubs, and then I was like hitting, I think, top tower with the hands, and we just actually wanted the tower. If you can do this.
Zenith Blade, Razor trying to keep things going. Wall off from Humanoid to try to deny Frescowi entrance, and LEC forced to flash out, but the W the back half of the exchange costs him dearly, and now Fnatic to grab the second grab a kill as well.
And there's so many games that I've watched from Fnatic where they've just blown open the map on this top side, where they've gone, hey.
Can start to do a bit more work. Is Noah pushing for 1v1 against Mirwin, ulti propped. Mirwin running. Zeri doesn't need to see in the bush to start autoing, but a nice sidestep from Mirwin, trying to dodge, dipping, ducking, diving, flashing in, knocking up auto! Hits him!
So it was it as well. So this is probably fine. He could have maybe taken the red buff, but it's also risky.
Yeah, so what would you look for? You kind of alluded to the Red Bull.
We'll say goodbye to you. Thanks so much for coming on.
See ya.
Everybody give it up for Yike. One more time for Yike for joining us at the Kazar Desk. Some excellent insight. It was a pleasure having you, my good man. Your manager will be outside waiting for you.
You didn't say anything,
probably
you're fine.
ready to yell at me. So trying to figure that one out, but now the engage at bottom side. Supa already on the wrong side, but Jun getting lower and lower. Ulti coming out, lightning crash from Noah. Jun, one more auto, gonna proc the plat. Make sure that they could have this, but the counter punch from MDK, not super impactful yet. As Frescowi in trouble, Flick still hitting. Humanoid happy to have the 1v1, but soon Oscar's gonna look to make it a 2v1 or 3v1 as Jun shows his face too. Frescowi, don't know where you go. Out of options, nice sidestep, he's clean with it. Oscar and Brennan proxying the wave.
He's just healing all the damage Frescowi's putting down. Jun gonna tank this up. Feels like they're done with this.
Save the manatees, folks. Frescowi gone. Yeah, there it is. First turret in the meantime. Taken in the bottom lane, but does not matter too much. Oscar Renan happy to support his team because of topside tower as well. And Fnatic 2K. Razork will not miss the charge, crucially, but the might's there. Getting 5 already, we heard Yike talk about it, right? It's such a backbreaker, or can be. One more charge here from Humanoid. MDK not in a great position to follow up, and Mirwin continues his job of breaking down towers. He does have a hammer, it seems like what it would be good for, but LEC already cut out the true damage. Crushing Zinza out there as well.
It's a remix.
Fnatic, though, ready with the group. Humanoid off to the side to lay down the wall. Zoning MDK in or out, it's their choice. They have chosen out as Alvaro hex flashes over the wall. 3K, it's getting lower. MDK, not the confidence to pull the trigger there. Again, Wicca.
Involved in the fight. Even the positioning on where they take fights has been significantly upgraded, but Oscar in gets the Terra here.
Yeah. Grub buff walks up, single auto. Ulti now, unstoppable. Can they burst through his health bar? Good damage now coming for Supa. They want to shred through. One more auto will do it. Shut down onto Oscar. Yeah, he can 2v1 a Poppy Sejuani, but not when a Kaisa is around. Fnatic, though, starting the objective 5K. Getting lower. LEC coming in. 4K, 3K, getting lower. Excellent stun from Jun to keep them out of the pit. Can they make it in? It's getting closer. Flash in the steal. Not going to happen. Razork secures the Baron for Fnatic, but now MDK want to strike back. Want a bit more money as Razork commits onto Supa. Good damage coming in, locked to the Iron Solari from LEC. Keeping his carry, standing MDK. Looking to make a quick punish, but it's Fnatic with the Baron.
But Fnatic might lose even more. They're less than 1,000 gold on the Red Bull Baron power play, and they're about to lose mid-tower as well. Fnatic, that questionable as to whether how worth that it was. If it was Humanoid or Oscar, and who's still at the buff, could have been vital, but the fact that you've only to come alive from MDK, Frescowi can continue to pressure top, knowing he can always TP in, and MDK are doing a great job of threatening this area, which is a connection point for Fnatic.
Knock up on a Mirwin. Full committal now in the fight. Noah falling up with an immediate bit of damage as Mirwin gets taken out. Humanoid just continues to chase onto Alvaro. Headbutt coming through. Pulverize likely to follow, but the flick back still hitting Alvaro. That's the knockup. Razork gonna follow. Ulti there from Alvaro, but that health bar's too low, and Olaf has more than enough true damage to finish the job. Fnatic still gonna make the most of this Baron buff. 49 seconds left, but it looks like they're trying to break down 2 towers with it.
Mad Lions are trying to keep Fnatic interested on that corner, just seeing if they could deny them the time onto Frescowi, but now they're still going as Razork. I'm keeping my eyes on that engage. Is going to be big for him as Frescowi spotted off to the side. Noah could 1v1 him.
Noah looking for that angle. Valkyrie out from Frescowi. Wall again. Set play from Fnatic. We've seen this multiple times. Alvaro hex flashing over the wall. We've seen this too, but now MDK are ready to fight this one. Instantly, Olaf is going to try to go in. The Dragon will be picked up by Elyoya, but can MDK find the fight? Steadfast Presence doing absolutely nothing, and Fnatic starting to run MDK down. 80 carries still standing, but they just don't do enough. The front line of Fnatic is too damn strong, and Elyoya just has to run for his life.
Fnatic, again, their team fighting. He's going to be able to snag that one for himself, so even though it's Fnatic again aggressive on the map, it's MDK who are actually coming out with the lead. Or at least on towards the objective first with mid-push coming through, but Fnatic are no pushovers, and Oscar Ernan
immediately trying to start the fight. Razork ready to turn back. Super really hasn't had the chance to auto-attack yet. Will now finally start to do a little bit of damage, but the ulti from Alvaro not doing much of anything, and Oscar just going to flash into the melee range of Super. Razork immediately going to follow. They're just looking to eat some carries. Miro and tanky, but not anymore, as again, he's just going to get shredded down by 4 members of Fnatic. MDK walked in, but they did not want that fight. Fnatic just continue to slowly but surely tear through Mad Lions Koi.
the target selection for Fnatic. They see Supa for just a moment and immediately dive onto the Kai'Sa, tear her asunder, and yes, Frescowi got Humanoid, but he's out of the fight after that. You just have more carries on the side of Fnatic that can keep the ball rolling, and that's now another Baron going across.
And again, this is the struggle of the Kai'Sa, right? If you're behind and you can't DPS check a lot of these fights. Yeah, and a player who isn't afraid to look for the aggressive angles over the walls. A bit of parkour as Razork again is just going to start the fight. Humanoid there to follow up. Alvaro is supposed to be tanky, supposed to be immune to damage, but the true damage, again, the reckless swing. Coming in from Olaf, coming in from Oscar, he's just slowly shredding through Elyoya, and Supa just doesn't do enough damage. They're burning everything, and Oscar refuses to die. Just Ragnarocking his way through the team. Miro, and the follow-up is there. The dash does absolutely nothing, and it feels like this is a victory march for Fnatic.
It's more than one victory march for Fnatic. The undefeated streak looks like it's about to continue for Fnatic as they rock up against G2 tomorrow. This base is not going to last very long.
They just do too much damage. They're so far ahead. 4K gold lead each for Oscarin and Razork. Monster performance from the top side. Jun again wants to keep it going. Fnatic just going to obliterate them and then take the towers next. Supa doesn't even really get the chance to auto. Gets a Q, gets an ulti, and that's all. Fnatic remain undefeated in the LEC.
It's been a long while since we've been able to say that sentence, but Fnatic deserve it.